Welcome, everybody, to the Wingnutz halftime show here at Highmark Stadium for the Section 6 Class and B championship game between Lackawanna and West Seneca East. My name is Jacob Flack. Alongside me is Francis Beck. And Francis, in this battle, it has been Lackawanna for a good amount of the first half. It started off with West Seneca East getting the first score of the game, but then after that, Lackawanna has been able to go on a tear, putting up 20 unanswered points.
Yeah, really. Benker, with a couple runs in that first drive, long run down to the red zone and then gets it in from 11 yards out. But since then, it's been Lackawanna and their quarterback, Michael Moore, doing it mostly with his legs, running around, and, especially on those short yardage plays, he's really made some incredible moves with his legs. Jake, I was watching this game, and I think about this last week, too. He reminds me of Keyshawn Beal from Cheektowaga from about 5-10 years ago. Kind of that quarterback who's kind of built like a fullback and plays a little bit like a fullback, and that's a huge advantage at this level.
He definitely has been, and throughout the season, he's been showing that dual threat ability. So far here for him, at the end of the first half, 34 rushing yards on the ground, 2 rushing touchdowns. He got their first touchdown of the game. And then after that, 118 yards through the air. I was curious to see when he was going to find his man in Orlando Taylor III. And then later on in the second quarter, he connected him on a deep pass for a touchdown, got the 2-point conversion that puts him up 20-8 as the score is right now.
Yeah, Moore hasn't thrown the ball a ton. He's 7 for 11, or many passes, but when he throws them, his receivers are going a long ways. That just shows the athleticism of the receivers, and he's hitting them really when they're open.
And then looking on the other side, West Seneca East, they have been struggling to find a tempo when it comes to the running game, trying to establish that and get it going. The defensive line for Lackawanna has found a lot of success that way. And when Banker has to try and throw the football, he's feeling that pressure. There's been a lot of times where he's rolled out to the left side to try to get some passes going. But that secondary, the speed from the Steelers secondary, has been able to come up on the West Seneca East receivers and basically shut them down.
Yeah, this West Seneca East offense has been kind of out of sync. You can tell with Banker, not really hitting his receivers. Some of their running plays that, you would think, after 10, 11 weeks they should have down. And, we see some false starts, some, movement not going well. You could tell there's just something not right about these guys. Hopefully, if you're West Seneca East, Coach Marino can make those adjustments. But it almost seems like it's a little bit more mental than physical for West Seneca East right now. Yeah,
definitely from a mental aspect. And I think that came from when they started off this game, it had been like a 4-play drive to begin the game where they got their touchdown.
Maybe they were a little overconfident.
Yeah, it was just over a minute into the game where they got their scoring. And then after that, Michael Moore got a rushing touchdown with 6:17 left to go in the first quarter. They didn't get the 2-point conversion, so West Seneca East was still up. Defense makes some good stops. Michael Moore gets another rushing touchdown. They didn't get the 2-point conversion. This is in the second quarter. With 7:02 left to go in the second, Lackawanna takes a 12-8 lead. The Steelers stay consistent on their defense, stopping this West Seneca East offense, and then Michael Moore connected to Orlando Taylor III for a big touchdown pass with 41 seconds to go in the second quarter. That, to me, slowly but surely, Francis, Lackawanna has gained the momentum. But after that touchdown pass, that deep touchdown pass, I think they have now all the momentum on their side as they're in the locker rooms.
Well, I think going into this one, I had a feeling that this was going to come down to, again, primarily both of these offenses like to run the football. It was going to be that secondary attack, passing attack, which one was going to have some success. And so far, it's Lackawanna. But, Jake, I think this is the stat of the first half. Outside of DJ Benker, West Seneca East has 6 rushing yards. 6.
And how much does Banker have right now?
He has 89.
89.
The rest of his running backs, who, remember, we said it, 5 players with over 300 rushing yards this season. 4 of those guys combined for 6 yards right now. That's something that you can't win a football game if you're West Seneca East with only getting 6 yards out of all your running backs. That's not going to work.
It's not going to work, and we'll see what West Seneca East has in store for the second half. I'm sure Lackawanna just wanted to continuing on what they did with their dominant first half effort. But we'll go ahead and end here on this one. This has been the Wingnutz halftime show here at Highmark Stadium. Make sure you guys do tune into the NFHS Network our own guys in Tom Prince and Carson Harper have the call of this game for the Class B championship game on the NFHS network. It is a paid subscription, so make sure you guys are subscribed to that and you can watch this game. But this is going to be a very fun game towards the second half if the adjustments are made on West Seneca East side. But for that, we'll sign off on this one. We'll be back for our post-game show, and we'll see who's going to be a champion in Section 6, Class B.
Wingnutz. You still got to go.
Have you guys tried Room 40 yet?
Looking for the perfect spot to throw your next party? Say hello to Room 40, our private event space at both Wingnutz locations. Maybe you got a birthday, a graduation, anniversary, business event, rehearsal dinner, or even a sports banquet. From intimate get-togethers to rowdy celebrations, Room 40 is built to handle it all and fits up to 60 guests, with custom food and drink packages, flexible setups, legendary Wingnutz hospitality, and all the wings you can handle. If you're planning a celebration or get-together in Buffalo, this is where the party's at. Local vibes, zero stress, all fun. Book Room 40 today and throw a party Buffalo won't forget. Hit the link in our bio or visit wingnutsbuffalo.com/room40 to book now.
All right, well, we'll get
I'll go if you go to Wingnutz.
Deal.